So, hi, my name is Don Carter, and this is my YouTube channel. I don't really have any purpose in this right now, except just to have the exercise of showing up occasionally and saying some things that may mean something to me at some point. What I desire is to create meaningful, insightful videos for people who love growth and value their role in the world and want to make not necessarily a big impact, but they want to have an effect that is congruent with the magnitude of what they feel they are inside. Or they're curious about how great they can actually get and they want to see. And they're willing to take the steps courageously to venture into the unknown. I've been on this journey for a while now. I'm 42 years old, and probably ever since I was a kid, I was always curious about the mysterious, unknown aspects of life. Lots of paranormal stuff, UFOs, that kind of thing always intrigued me because there was some evidence or some indication of something in those realms, but it was always obscure or it was always hidden or shrouded. And I just stayed open to that possibility until probably in my early 20s when I started a family and began really just getting grounded in what it means to be an adult or what it means to be a contributing member of society and still maintain some of that youthfulness and actually grow in it throughout my life. As a kid, I was really serious. I always had some sort of feeling of stress or strain because I was trying to I just thought everything was very grave, was very I was afraid of dying. That's pretty much it. So anything that was a potential threat of death, I sometimes obsessed over and was paranoid about. So being a Black kid growing up in the inner city in America, there was a lot of talk of violence. I was a teenager in the 90s mostly, and that's when Black men, young Black men, 14, 15, 16, very typical that they would get, um, that they would be victims of homicide. And I remember being scared as shit about my 16th birthday because subconsciously I thought that that just meant that I was about to die. And so anything that had to do with my death or some kind of intense pain, I mostly avoided or obsessed over to the point where I felt like I could have control over it. Not really control, just the illusion of avoiding things that were probably stupid and could get you hurt. And that really helped me maybe survive, but it drove me into the investigation of the unseen aspects of life, where in the spiritual realm or in spiritual traditions, even finding some correlation between the other there and whatever's here. And as I grew in that awareness, something became very clear to me is that we don't know very much. A lot of us talk about things in the unseen world or the unseen realms as though they are factual to us, but really they're just ideas that we've believed. And belief, believe it or not, is actually more of an admission of ignorance than it is a an assertion of knowledge. When I believe something, it's because I don't know it. And so, even though beliefs are some of the most powerful things about us, even though beliefs are the very way that we move into the world and create, they're also an inherent admission that we don't know shit. And so, in my 30s, after a 10-year law enforcement career, almost 10 years at that point, after being married with children, and after having a litany of experiences some of which are unexplainable, others of which are no need to explain, I decided that I was going to give up everything I believed. I would just suspend my beliefs. I wouldn't make my idea of what I believed something that I thought was actually true. Instead, I would remain open and curious, acknowledging my belief, but being open to whatever else could be true regarding it. And for the first time in my life at that point, I actually felt joy. I mean, like a real joy, like maybe something that I probably experienced as a kid, but just forgot about, but really feel some real joy in my 30s, literally in my 30s. And being a part of some traditional Christian spiritual communities, church, um, there was always a talk of joy, but there wasn't anybody who really seemed that joyful, honestly. And so it was really curious to me that that's what it took for me to experience joy. And it's because I knew I didn't know anything and I was just open and curious about what was at hand. And I didn't decide something was what I thought it was. I was just open to more of what it was. And that way of being just led me to become more and more engaged with the world in a way that was free of judgment and free of needing to be right, and instead just being. And that shit was great. And so some of what I might talk about in this adventure of, making videos for people who want to grow and for people who are willing to be open to the things they don't know. Some of the aim is just to open more possibility up for you to that. So that once you can stomach up or conjure up the courage to just be and see what happens. Once you can do that, that maybe there's a slight chance that you'll get even the sliver of the experience that I've had in my life since then, which has not been void of challenges and pains and struggles or feelings of struggle, but has been enriched with joy. So that's a brief introduction to who I am. If that resonates with you, if that's something that you care about, if that's something that you are curious about, come along on this ride with me. I don't know how often that I'll be here. For now, because of my inconsistency in doing anything on social media or any other platform, I would say, let's just say once a month, I'll be back. I'll be back more often than then, but I want to under promise and over deliver. But again, my name is Don Carter, and this is my little adventure. So thank you for being present with me. And I wish you peace and joy in your present moments. I'll holler at you soon.